Are you trying to find the best PlayStation 4 zombie games? If so, you may have found that despite the huge interest in zombie games, the PlayStation 4 is suffering from a lack of great zombie games. It seems that the PC, particularly Steam Early Access, is hoarding most of the zombie games, as if they were much needed supplies during the apocalypse. However, that does have its perks, as it means the only games you'll see on the PlayStation 4 will be complete and ready to play. Who wants half-rotting flesh and money-eating, half-finished games anyways? So as a result, we've compiled a list of the best PlayStation 4 zombie games that you should be playing this year. The Escapist: The Walking Dead takes the gameplay elements from The Escapists and combines it with the lore and story of the hugely popular comics and TV show The Walking Dead. The game progresses through the timeline of the comics and TV series and puts the players in the shoes of Rick Grimes as you attempt to discover what has happened before the battle for survival really begins. The crafting allows you to create weapons and also to create escape routes that you can use when the horde of zombies try and attack. Guns also feature for the first time in The Escapists, and it wouldn't be The Walking Dead without them. As Rick, you'll also take charge of a band of survivors, which includes many of the characters we're familiar with from the series. You must also try and keep as many people in your group alive as possible as you try to escape from each area, while also managing through dangerous tasks. A new survival mode has been added to the game which allows you to play as other characters, including Michonne, as you try to survive for as long as possible in Woodbury, Alexandria, and the prison. While we pray for Dead Island 2 to be released, thankfully you're now able to play Dead Island on the PlayStation 4 thanks to the Definitive Edition. This package includes the original Dead Island, as well as Dead Island Riptide, and the 16-bit retro side-scroller Dead Island Retro Revenge. You'll also be able to get all of the DLC so you can have the most complete Dead Island experience around. Running at 1080p with a solid 30 FPS on PlayStation 4, the Dead Island Definitive Edition offers improved textures and models, as well as a new lighting system and consistent user interfaces across both main games. If you're unfamiliar with Dead Island, it's a brutal, gory hack-and-slash zombie game which takes place on two beautiful holiday destinations. You have to try to rescue other survivors on the island, as well as eventually try to find your own way to escape. There's a wide range of melee weapons, vehicles, and guns to use, as well as the options to craft and upgrade your own weapons. It is definitely one of the best PlayStation 4 zombie games out now. H1Z1 is a zombie survival MMO that will be heading to PlayStation 4 in the future thanks to Daybreak Studios. In H1Z1 you play as a survivor in a large open world where you have to fight off both undead and other players as you attempt to survive by scavenging for food and supplies to ensure your survival. It's been a huge hit on PC and will surely be a big success once it releases on PlayStation 4, which hopefully will be later this year. Currently there is no game like it on the PS4. There is a wide variety of weapons and clothing available in H1Z1, as well as vehicles and base building, allowing you to settle down and have somewhere to store all your supplies. However, make sure you defend it, as there will undoubtedly be people who want to take what is rightfully yours, unless you stole it from someone else, of course. While development on the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One versions has been paused, earlier this year the game broke into two separate games, to allow different development teams to work on both titles. H1Z1 Just Survive is the zombie survival MMO, while H1Z1 King of the Hill is the PvP Battle Royale version. This offers no zombies or no survival, instead just focusing on online player versus player combat. Zombie is the PlayStation 4, Xbox One and PC version of one of the Wii U's most popular games, Zombie U, and is one of our favourite PlayStation 4 zombie games. Thankfully, Ubisoft has decided to redesign the hit first-person zombie Wii U game to work on other current-gen platforms. With most zombie games being set in the USA, Zombie takes place in London, and features many of the iconic landmarks that makes London instantly recognisable, including Buckingham Palace. The world of Zombie is very immersive and is created with great detail. It really feels like London has been hit with a zombie apocalypse. Death in Zombie is permanent, meaning that one wrong move could spell the end for you and your character. If you do die, you will respawn with a totally new character. However, your previous character will still be in the game, this time as a zombie, meaning you can go back to your death location to find your previous character and kill them to retrieve items, for your bag out bag. Resources in Zombie are scarce, with guns, ammo and medical supplies being even rarer, so it is up to you to manage your resources carefully to ensure that you survive as long as possible.
Now I've got some bad news for you. I'm afraid you're going to die. And when your character's dead, it's for good.
The Walking Dead games by Telltale have been highly received by gamers around the world, and it's easy to see why. These episodic interactive games feature some of the best storytelling in video games by giving players choices which impact the story and can alter the endings. The game follows The Walking Dead comics rather than the TV show, with players playing as Lee Everett in Season 1 and then as Clementine in Season 2. If you're looking for a story-driven game that you can feel connected to, look no further with The Walking Dead by Telltale. As well as Season 1 and Season 2 of The Walking Dead, Season 3 is in development. And there are other spin-offs which play exactly the same, but tell a story from the perspective of other characters. The Walking Dead 400 Days tells the story of 4 other survivors during the apocalypse, while The Walking Dead Michonne focuses the story on one of the series' most popular characters, Michonne. Naughty Dog's The Last of Us is one of the greatest games of the last generation, and you'll struggle to find a game that can beat it. Therefore, the release of the remastered edition for the PlayStation 4 was welcomed greatly. If you've still yet to play it or have yet to upgrade to the current gen version, then I highly recommend you grab The Last of Us on PS4. While some wouldn't consider it a zombie game, it does feature infected who behave in a similar fashion to zombies. But instead of the infection being transmitted through a virus, it's a fungus which has a ravage on the world in The Last of Us. Overall, The Last of Us is a truly breathtaking and beautiful experience. The story is brilliant and the gameplay is some of the best you'll see from the last generation. If you're looking for one of the best PS4 zombie games, look no further than The Last of Us.
You sure you're up for this? Just find out what this will cost us and come back in one piece.
There are nowhere near as many zombie games on the PS4 as there are on PC. However, we feel that Dying Light is by far the most complete and all-rounded zombie games on Sony's platform. Developed by Techland, the developers behind the original Dead Island, Dying Light drops players into the middle of a zombie apocalypse in a huge open world filled with hordes of undead. There's a dynamic day and night cycle, with things taking a turn for the worst at night, as the zombies become more dangerous and special zombies begin to hunt the player. The parkour gameplay in Dying Light is great, as are the melee combat and special moves. Not only that, but the game can be enjoyed with friends thanks to the game's online co-op mode. However, for the ultimate Dying Light experience, we recommend grabbing the game's expansion, The Following, which takes players to a whole new map, which includes more weapons and features such as vehicles. In our opinion, Dying Light is currently the best PlayStation 4 zombie game available.
Alright, I'm in.
Looking for more PlayStation 4 zombie games? Well, if this list wasn't enough for you, there's one more zombie game which should definitely be on your radar, and that is Days Gone. Days Gone was revealed at E3 2016 and caught many people by surprise, and unfortunately for gamers of other platforms, the game will be released exclusively for the PlayStation 4. But what is Days Gone? It's a third-person open-world zombie survival game which places you in the shoes of Deacon St. John, a drifter and former bounty hunter who is caught up in the zombie apocalypse. Set 2 years after the initial outbreak, millions of people have been turned into freakers. Although not much is known about the story, Days Gone will feature crafting, as well as giving players the freedom to choose how to complete each objective, whether that be by using stealth or going in guns blazing. The demo for Days Gone at E3 showed off gameplay where Deacon was looking for another survivor. However, they got ambushed by a massive horde of zombies. The number of zombies on screen at once will rival that of Dead Rising, if not surpass it by the looks of the demo. We don't know how much Days Gone will revolutionize the zombie genre, if at all, but regardless, it looks to be the go-to zombie game for the PS4, if the gameplay footage is anything to go by. What are your favourite zombie games for the PlayStation 4? Let us know in the comments below. This is Daire from Gaming Respawn signing off, and remember to keep playing.
After all we've been through, everything that I've done. It can't be for nothing.